Camels were brought to Australia in the mid-1800s from Pakistan and India for exploration, transportation and cartage purposes. Throughout the 1900s they became redundant as the dependence on motor vehicles increased and the railway across central Australia was established. This resulted in creating the feral camel population in Australia, as most camels were abandoned and turned out into the environment. Australia is the only country in the world with a feral camel population. Camels are extremely mobile and nomadic, covering very large distances. Today across mainland Australia there is an estimated 1 million dromedary camels covering over 3.3 million kilometres squared, inhabiting areas of Western Australia, Northern Territory, South Australia and Queensland. Worldwide, camels also inhabit areas of Africa and the Middle East. Camels in these areas are domesticated and highly valued for their food, friend, transportation and heritage qualities, whereas Australia considers them invasive pests. Feral camels have severe impacts on environmental, economic and social-cultural assets. Minimal pastoral activity occurs in the areas predominantly used by feral camels. Camels' grazing habits severely degrade natural habitats by their hard hoofs compacting the soil, making it difficult for native vegetation to grow. Camels are capable of utilising all available habitat types and are well-known browsers, causing extensive landscape damage and defoliation of tree, shrubs and vines. Over time, their trampling and foraging behaviour suppresses flowering, kills juvenile plants, threatens rare flora and reduces fruit production. Competition has developed between native animals for food and habitat sources. Camels are frequent visitors to waterholes as they are of high biological importance, supporting them and a diverse range of native plants and animals. Camels' presence leads to vegetation damage around spring and waterholes by trampling, browsing and feeding. Camel activity around waterholes creates a major risk of fecal contamination to vital drinking water sources. Contamination through pollution, eutrophication or siltation is also possible from camel carcasses when bogged into holes and subsequently dying. Fencing protects valued assets, but there is a high continuous maintenance cost involved. The Australian Feral Camel Management Project was a $19 million 4-year Ninety-One project conducted between 2010 to 2013. 18 environmentally sensitive sites were selected. The goals of the project were to reduce feral camel population numbers and density to less than 0.1 kilometres squared in central Australia, preserve biodiversity and protect vegetation and cultural assets across the 18 selected sites, and improve information and data on feral camel populations. All partners and stakeholders of the project were involved in all stages of planning and implementation. Approximately 160,000 camels in central Australia were culled. Aerial culling was the main management method employed, as it achieves large population reductions over a short period of time. Ground culling for pet meat and mustering for meat processing were the other management methods employed. Commercial endeavours are being promoted as it avoids killing for waste and provides employment and income benefits for rural communities. The current feral camel population is estimated around 300,000, and there are real possibilities and opportunities to achieve low densities of camels into the future. This project has proven that collaborative science-driven landscape scale management can be effective in reducing feral camel densities and impacts. If all else fails, we always have Bear Grylls.
Okay, so we're just being held on at one point there. I have to hold my breath, get in there and cut it. Stinks. Got it.